Hi, I'm Melissa and welcome to Teacher Inspiration Station. So today's video, I thought I would share with you a typical homeschool day, very unstructured. And I know that I may come across as someone who's very organized and, but like, honestly, I'm very go with the flow. And I mean, I've seen some schedules for homeschool where it's like 9 to 9:30, it's reading, 9:30 to 10, it's writing, writer's workshop. And honestly, if I did that, I'm setting myself up for failure because I know I'm not gonna follow that. And I know I'm setting myself up for failure by coming right off and saying that, but I know me. So like yesterday I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning. This morning I woke up at 10:30. It's whatever. I just go with the flow kind of a thing. And that's okay. For me, that's okay. Some people that would drive some people bonkers, but it works for me. It works for my family and all that. So my son is in kindergarten. I just thought I'd share with you like a typical day. I follow his lead. He wakes me up whatever time that is, and this is all before breakfast. So before we even eat or anything, we'll do some flashcards. That's what we did this morning. So these flashcards are based on leveled readers that he has read, and I just took the high frequency words out of the book and just made flashcards out of them. I'm so surprised at how much he's picked them up. Like, he knows how to read all of these now, and yeah, like it's encouraging. It's like, oh, okay, you're learning stuff. Okay, this is great. And after that, we will do a bit of reading. So like I said in a previous video, my son got some leveled readers to take home, and he's read them. He's read them. He can reread them again, or he can just pick a book like from his like library that we have at home. This morning he wanted to hear Five Monkeys Jumping on the Bed. We read it twice today because he really wanted to hear it twice, so I did. And this morning I introduced him to a new book called Ned Sees Red, and I got that at willbooks.com. I will link the link in my description bar where they give you free leveled readers, which has been great because like I said, he's read all the ones from school. It's nice for him to learn some new books, learn some new sight words. So we did Ned Sees Red, and I added the word sees to his flashcard. So I added C's and C as well. So, you know, it's growing day by day. And so when we're done that, I'm not sure how long that takes. It varies, maybe 20 minutes. 20 minutes of our time is done with that. Sometimes it's 15. And then I make breakfast. During this time, I encourage him to play, and he can play whatever he wants. He can play Lego, he can play Play-Doh, he can do his like train set, whatever. He can run around the house with whatever, it doesn't matter. I just let him play, and then he'll eat breakfast. And after that, I like to actually do some like sit down work. So he has a ton of workbooks, and I'm telling you, this kid, like, he can like really, his attention span is like a page. So this morning, he did this page here, which was basically, yeah, color the uppercase B's blue and the lowercase B's yellow and everything else a different color. And so he did that, but he kind of slops it up. So you gotta encourage him, like, go back. Oh, you didn't do, like, you know what I mean? Because they'll slop something up. And then, what did you find? A butterfly. So he just wrote at the bottom there what it was, a butterfly. And I wrote the, I don't know if you guys can see. It's okay if you can't see. He wrote a butterfly, and I wrote it down on a piece of paper. I asked him, what does butterfly start with? And whenever he's writing, I like to watch what he's doing because I want to know if he's writing the letters properly. So when he was writing B, he wrote it down like this, and I said, no, top to bottom, lift the pencil and around. So yeah, like some letters he forms properly and others he does it wonky. So I just want to nip that in the bud in the beginning stages of writing because it becomes a habit as they get older. It just makes the letters not formed properly, and it just kind of slows down their writing. As I have to stop and think, how do I make this letter? You know what I mean? I just want him to know. So I watch him when he's writing, but I also try and give him his space so he's not used to me constantly being there. So with the coloring, I just left him alone, but for the writing portion, I sat with him. And this, I'm sorry, like this took the child a while to do, right? So for me, and like for a 4-year-old, that's enough. And so, and I encourage him, like, okay, when we're done this, you can play on the tablet after. So he knows that, and he did it, and he got to play with the tablet after. So I let him play with the tablet for a bit. I do want him to do more work again in the day. So I warn him, like, if I need him to kind of wrap things up. So I'll say, okay, you have like 5 more minutes and then we gotta do some more work. And if I'm warning him, that helps. Then we are gonna do some like cutting and pasting, just to, yeah, he needs help with that. So I have this book here called Super Seasonal Reproducibles. This is a great resource. It has like a lot of like, it's kind of, I don't want to say old school. I kind of feel like it kind of reminds me of my childhood for some reason. This was created in 2013 copyright, but anyway, so he just colors it in, cuts. It's an example of something he's done where he just color, cut, paste. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah. And this is one of those activities that, well, I have to monitor him with the scissors, but oh dear, I'm coughing. Yeah, it's one of those activities that he can do on his own, but I will monitor him with the cutting. And he's doing straight lines right now, but we'll eventually move on to curved lines. And then we'll do math. Actually, it depends. Again, I take his lead. So if I feel like he's genuinely tired, we'll take a break. If I feel like he's just being lazy, I'll push him to do a little more and then he could take a break. So it depends. Like I said, I go with the flow, whatever. So yeah, so we'll do something like this. This might take him a while to do. It depends on his mood. Sometimes he'll want to do more. If he wants to do more, we'll do more. And then we can take a break. He can play or whatever. And then we'll do some math. And I found this great app. I forget what it's called, and I don't have my phone on me, but I'll link it down below or I'll show you a little screenshot. It shows a number from like 1 to 100, and I just have him go through that and read the numbers. I just expose him to all the numbers to 100. I just want him to understand the patterns in numbers and because there's once you unlock the key of numbers, it just becomes so much easier. We'll just go through that, do a few numbers there, and then I will really focus in on specific numbers with this is not a real Magnadoodle. This one's by Fisher-Price, but this is great. I use it for a lot of different things, but I can write down different numbers, like the number, you know, what number is this, and I can focus on numbers like between 0 to 20, for example, or whatever, wherever your child's at, right? Even though that app that I did with him shows numbers to 100, I can really focus on a certain range of numbers when I do this. So we'll do that, and then he can take a little break if he wants. Actually, no, he doesn't need a break yet. He good, doesn't need a break yet. I have this here, a numbers write and wipe workbook. So you can practice writing some numbers here. Yeah, you could do that. Or what I could do as well is telling him a number and he has to write it on the Magnadoodle. That'll work too. Write the number 11 and he does it, and I can watch how he's forming his numbers as well. We can take a break. I can take a break for a while. I can take a break for a couple hours. Do your thing, whatever you want to do. Play, run around the house, do Play-Doh, whatever. You could take a break. And then we're kind of winding down to the evening. And before we go to bed, I like to do this one here, which is a Smarty Pants Melissa and Doug cards. They also have Brain Quest. I don't remember where I got this. I think I got it on Amazon. But it's like a nice little like bedtime type of a thing. So it's just little questions. Some of it involves inferencing. Some of it involves like some critical thinking. Yeah, put the pictures in order. So I gotta look at what's happening, and he's gotta put the pictures in order. Yeah, that's a fun little activity to do before bed. I also, I forgot to tell you guys, I also did earlier today in the morning, which I forgot to tell you, word families. So, oh goodness, I can't find it. What did I do with it? Where is that? One thing I forgot to mention that we did this morning was and word families. So taking the word and, which he can read on its own, and he knows can as well, but just working on him with some phonics. So we have can, man, ran, and so on and so forth. And like he needs work with that, with the whole blending. Like he's good at memorizing what a word looks like, but that whole like blending sounds together to read words, he needs to work on. So we do that, and then I'll write the words, actual words, down on a piece of paper, and I'll encourage him to read it. Can, man, ran, tan, whatever. So we'll be working on this for the next couple of days at least, and I can do different word families with him as well, but we're just doing and word families for now, just because I feel like it's one of the easier ones. So yeah, that was this morning. And then yeah, closer to like, not quite bedtime, but after that little long break, we'll do some writing again. So a book that he read this morning was Ned Sees Red. So having him do a page in the book. With those really simple readers, it's really easy to just follow that same sentence structure. So I'll ask him, I'm like, what else could Ned see? What other red things that can Ned see? We haven't done this yet, but we will. And he might say Ned sees a red balloon, or Ned sees a red block, or Ned sees a red Lego, or whatever. And I'll write it down. Oh, I need a pen. Okay. Give me one sec here. So I will write down the sentence, whatever the sentence is going to be. So Ned sees a red balloon. And I can ask my son as I'm writing, what does Ned start with? N, or whatever. What does balloon start with? B, whatever. Working on that phonics with him, because yep, he needs that. This is just one paper, yeah. So I cut out the sentence, and I'm telling you, like, what I do with this kid on a daily basis is the same thing every day. It's just variations to it. So tomorrow, when I introduce him to a new book, like he'll still read the Ned book, but I'll introduce him to a new book, and then he'll do a sentence for that book as well. So it's the same thing we do every day, pretty much. So I cut up the sentence, and I even cut out the period out of balloon. I cut it a period so that he can add the period to the end of the sentence. And then I'll tell him to put the sentence in order, and I'll have him read it, and then he'll... Okay, read the sentence now. Read it.
Ned sees red book.
Does that make sense?
Huh?
Ned sees red a book.
No,
I need the sentence, Ned sees a red book. So you need to fix something.
Arrows.
And then he'll copy it onto a piece of paper and create his own page in the book. So Ned sees a red balloon, so he'll write the sentence, and then he will draw a picture of Ned with a red balloon. So yeah, and then that'll pretty much be it. I may read a book before we go to bed. Yeah, and like I said, I do pretty much the same thing every day with variations. Also, we can also play games. I have memory games that he can play with. We have puzzles. I might incorporate a bit of art one day. He has a paint set. Yeah, there's just like a lot of little things to do. So basically, the whole idea is work, take a break, work, take a break, work, take a break. That's pretty much the whole structure of the day. It's just, yeah, that's my relaxed homeschool vibe. Anyways, that is it for today's video. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. If you have any ideas of videos that you'd like to see me make, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.